Hey, how's it going, guys? Big John here. Today we're going to be doing a. Oh, that's a lot nicer. Today we're going to be doing a tier list of the Magic the Gathering gods. There are 53 in total now. Um, Honestly, this is my own personal opinion. Obviously, I mean, not honestly. Obviously, this is my own personal opinion. So, out of all 53 gods, these are going to be my decisions based on what I feel. I'm going to be ranking them as if they are the commander of the deck and how they function with their style and if I like them or not. Anyways, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, do all that stuff. Other than that, let's get started. So we're starting out with the Scarab God. Now the Scarab God says, what does the Scarab God say? The Scarab God says, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. You can pay 2, a blue and a black, exile target creature card from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. When the Scarab God dies, return it to the owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. It's a 3, 1 white, or 3, 1 blue, 1 black to cast. This card is honestly one of the better gods, but in my personal opinion, I only rank it at A because I don't like zombies, and I'm not saying I don't like zombies. I just really don't like playing zombies. It's in my zombie commander deck, but that's because it works really well in it. But other than that, I have no reason to like it. Well, swiftly moving on. I believe this is Tiamat, which has flying. When Tiamat enters the battlefield, it's Tiamat, apologies. When Tiamat enters the battlefield, if you cast it, search your library for up to 5 dragon cards not named Tiamat that each have different names, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle. Now, this is a 5-color commander, so I like it, but I don't like it enough because it's a dragon. So, it does dragon tribal, which is one of my favorite tribes. But honestly, I put Tiamat in the C tier because, well, first off, he's a 7-drop, and you only get that ability once by casting him. Now, if he's your commander, obviously you can continuously cast him by putting him back into the command zone or putting him back into your hand. But then you have to waste 7 mana from your hand and then additional 2 each time it goes back to the command zone. So I'm not a big fan of that. Next up is, who is this? It's the demon or the devil. It's Asmodeus the Archfiend. It's got Binding Contract. If you would draw a card, exile top card of your library face down instead. You can pay 3 black to draw 7 cards. You can pay 1 black to return all cards exiled with Asmodeus the Archfiend to their owner's hand, and you lose that much life. He's interesting, in my opinion, and I would honestly put him in the C tier. D tier is my lowest, S tier is highest, obviously. And I put him in C tier because he is, well, it's just whenever you draw, they go face down. And it's cool. But if you think about it, in mono black, you can't do much with that. And if you exile all cards and then grab them all, you're going to lose a lot of life. Now, black is known for life gain after life loss, but I honestly put him in C. Hazzaret, the god, Hazzaret the Fervent, actually. Indestructible haste, Hazzaret the Fervent can't attack or block unless you have 1 or fewer cards in hand. You can pay 2 and a red to discard a card to deal 2, and Hazzaret will deal 2 damage to each opponent. Hazzaret is my first B tier. I only like Hazzaret because she was one of my first commanders. Other than that, it's honestly hit or miss for me. Next up, we have Ronis the Indomitable. Where is he? There he is. Death Touch indestructible. It can attack or block unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater. You can pay 2 and a green to another creature. Another target creature gets +2/+7, gains trample near the end of turn. Now he speaks to my green loving heart, so I'm gonna put him in the A tier. I've never really played Ronis much. Uh, he's in my God Tribal deck, but other than that, I don't really play him. Oketra the True. Double strike, indestructible. Oketra the True can't attack or block unless you control at least 3 other creatures. You can pay 3 and a white to create a 1/1 with vigilance. I really am not a fan of Oketra. She used to be a commander of mine, but it didn't work out. Oh, that's all I really have to say to that. Kefnet the True. Flying indestructible. Kefnet can't attack or block unless you have 7 or more cards in your hand. You can pay 3 and a blue to draw a card, and then you may return a land card from you control from your to your hand. Kefnet is A tier for me. I really like his activated ability. It's just really fun to mess with it. That's all I got for that. Bantu the Glorified. Menace indestructible. Bantu the Glorified can't attack or block unless a creature died under your control this turn. Pay 1 and a black, sacrifice another creature, scry 1. Each opponent loses 1 and you gain 1. Bantu is a B tier for me. I just don't do. I like the ability of sacking a creature to get something, but I don't like paying mana for it, because it means that not only do I have to have the expendable creature, but I also have to have the available mana. And Bantu, I don't really see myself playing her as a commander. That's I know that one. That's the Ethrios God from Theros. Wait, what? Afara, God of the Polis. Indestructible. Your devotion has to white and blue has to be less than 7. If it's not less than 7, it's not a creature. At the beginning of each upkeep, if you had another creature enter the battlefield under your control last turn, draw a card. I'm not a fan of it. I don't ever play Afara, and I don't like the idea of having the ability only or require you to have a creature enter the battlefield. Now, there's a lot of easy ways to do that in white and blue, white especially, but I just don't like it. Mogus God of the Slaughter. Oh, S tier. Immediate S tier. Mogus God of the Slaughter is one of the only reasons I win games with my one of the biggest reasons I win games with my God Tribal deck. It's got indestructible. Its devotion to red and black has to be more than 7. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Mogus deals 2 damage to that player unless they sacrifice a creature. That really can end games when players are really low on life when you're playing your God Tribal deck, because you're pinging them constantly. And then when they start having to sacrifice their creatures that they've been building up, it's when it's really hurting them. I love Mogus. Finax, interesting next one. Let me see if I can find him in my little list here. Here he is. Indestructible, devotion, black and blue, less than 7, not a creature. Creatures you control have tap. Target player mills X cards, where X is this creature's toughness. So he's another A tier for me. I like milling. It's one of my favorite things to do. And he's a really good mill commander. Mogus is also a really good commander as well. I'm rating them on commanders as well. Xenagos. I actually really like Xenagos. As a commander, I really don't. That's if he was a little better for my commander taste. So he says at the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains haste and gets +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is that creature's power. My God, I only like him, and I would put him on S tier if he was better for the commander as a commander. But he's an A tier for me because he is overpowered in my God Tribal deck. Arabos, God of Victory. Where is he on my list? I can't ever find them and I hate it. Ah, here we go. Creatures you control have menace to prevent all damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures you control. S tier. He is amazing, especially as a commander. Carametra, God of the Harvest. She says whenever you cast a creature spell, you may go grab a forest card, a forest, a forest or a plains card, put it on the battlefield tapped and shuffle. Um, as her own commander, she's a C tier. She would be she's a B tier for me if when she's in the 99. Who is this? Oh, this is one of the new ones. Um, as long as your life. Oh wait, hang on. I don't know this one. It might be that actually. This might be Bane. Yeah, this is Bane because I know this part right here. Nope, that's not the right one. Change set. Let's go to the other one. So the new gods I don't know very well. Bane, Lord of Darkness, says as long as your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life total, Bane, Lord of Darkness, has indestructible. Now it's the same for the other two gods from this set. That's the exact same ability, but this says whenever another non-token creature you control dies, target opponent may have you draw a card. If they don't, you may put a creature card with equal or lesser toughness from your hand on the battlefield. That is actually really fun. I like that. This is like my live reaction to reading this card. I'm giving that an A tier because I might actually build that. Which one is this one? This might be Ball. Yeah, this is definitely Ball because I know the look of the third one. Um, Ball. Wait. Yeah, this is Ball, Lord of Murder. It says whenever another non-token creature you control dies, put a plus opposed counter on target creature and goad it. I'm not a big fan of that. I like goad, but I don't like this. There's better goad commanders. Who's next? That's the Scorpion God. I don't really like the Scorpion God. It says whenever a creature with a -1/-1 counter on it dies, draw a card. You can pay one, a black, and a red. Put a -1/- counter, -1/-1 counter on another target creature. I'm not a big fan of. Honestly, I'm really not a huge fan of any of the. I actually might put the Locust God in B, low B, along with the Scorpion God. I like the Locust God more, or I like the Locust God more. This is the Scarab God. Okay, this is Ethrios God of Passage. I think that's what. Yeah, that's definitely what this one is. Um, Ethrios, God of Passage. Whenever another creature you own dies, return it to your hand unless target opponent pays 3. I genuinely do like that. I give it about mid A for me. As the commander, it'd be pretty fun. But it's not good enough to go into S for me. Karanos, God of the Storms, S tier, solid, about mid S tier. Says the first card you draw, or whenever you draw a card out your draw step, or is it's the hang on, let me get to it. It's either okay. So reveal the first card you draw on each of your turns. Whenever you reveal a land card this way, draw a card. Whenever you reveal a non-land card this way, Karanos deals 3 damage to any target. I love that. Actually, now that I'm literally thinking about it, let's go high A tier. It's great. I love that, but it's also it's borderline S tier. That's so I'm gonna go high A tier. Crewfix, God of Mysteries. Is that what your name is? God of Horizons. I'm done. Again, high A tier. You have no max hand size. If you lose unspent mana, that mana becomes colorless instead. Crewfix, amazing. I love this card. That's Farika, God of Affliction. You can pay a black and a green exile target creature card from a graveyard. Its owner creates a 1/1 black and green snake enchantment creature token with death touch. I don't like that. D tier. I don't like exiling my own stuff. And generally, if I build a deck with Farika, I want to do the snake tokens for myself. And this is one of the weaker gods from Theros, in my opinion. I just don't like it. Who is that? Is that Tegrid? I can't tell. I think that's Tegrid. It kind of loaded the images. It kind of loaded the images weird. Uh, yeah. Tegrid says Menace. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may put that card from the graveyard into the battlefield under your control. And then it's his artifact side says tap, target player loses 3 life unless they sack a non-land permanent or discard a card, and then pay 3 and a black to untap it. Tegrid is actually mid A tier for me because I like stealing stuff. It's one of my favorite things in Commander. Valky, God of Lies. Valky says whenever it enters the battlefield, each opponent reveals their hand. For each opponent, exile a creature card. They reveal this way until Valky leaves the battlefield. You can pay X, choose a creature card exiled with Valky with mana value X. Valky becomes a copy of that card. That's not really the side you want to play. The side you want to play is Tibalt Cosmic Imposter. As Tibalt it's a planeswalker. As Tibalt enters the battlefield, you get an emblem with you may play cards exiled with Tibalt Cosmic Imposter, and you may spend mana as though or any mana of any color. As though or mana of any color to cast those spells, you can uptick it for 2 to exile top card of each player's library. You can -3 to exile target artifact or creature, and then you can -8 to exile all graveyards and add 3 red. Tibalt, Valky, high A tier. I love stealing stuff. I made that clear. It's just real fun. That is Bergy, God of Storytelling. It says whenever you cast a spell, add red. Until the end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Creatures you control can boast twice during each of your turns rather than once. And then her artifact sides, it discards a card, exile top 2 cards of your library, and may play those cards this turn. She's honestly a B tier, low B tier. I'm not a big fan of her as a commander. I'm not a big fan of her at all, honestly. I like that in mono red she can get you a lot of mana, because if you're playing burn, it's just like lightning bolt into a shock into whatever else. It's just she gives you so much mana so fast. I think that's Halvar. Yeah, that's Halvar. Well, first of all, D tier. I don't like equipments. Or I don't like equipment stuff. Creatures you control that are enchanted or equipped have double strike. At the beginning of each combat, you may attach target or equipment attached to a creature you control. Target creature. Oh, okay, I'm dying. His other side is Sword of the Realms. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has vigilance. Whenever a creature dies, return it to its owner's hand, and then his equip cost is 1 and a white. I just don't like equipment, so Halvar goes in D tier. Who is this? Oh, this guy D tier as well. This is Toralf, God of Fury. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage, Toralf deals damage equal to the excess to any other any target other than that permanent. And its other side is equipped creature has pay 1 in red, tap it, unattach Toralf's hammer. It deals 3 damage to any target, then return it to its owner's hand. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 as long as it's legendary, and then its equip cost is 1 a red. I just don't like Toralf because I don't know, I just never have used him properly, and I just don't like him. Okay, moving on. Essica, God of the Tree. She is my S tier God tribal baby. She says tap, add 1 mana of any color. Other legendary creatures you control have vigilance, and tap to add a mana of any color. And her other side is an enchantment. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or planeswalker card. Put that card to the battlefield and the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. She is amazing as a commander. I love her. She's my favorite of the gods. All right, moving on. Who is this? Is this Kolvori, God of Kinship? I think I need to get a look at Kolvori. I hope this is Kolvori, God of Kinship. This is not Kolvori, God of Kinship. Who is this? That's Kolvori right here. Who is this? Legendary snow creature. Okay, that helps. Oh, this is Jorn, God of Winter. Whenever he attacks and tap each snow permanent you control, and his other side says you may play target snow permanent from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters the battlefield tapped. Oh, wow. You're a 3-color god? I didn't know that. Well, I just don't like you because I don't like snow cards. It's my least favorite theme. Kolbori, C tier. I don't like her. She says as long as you control 3 or more legendary creatures, she gets +4/+2 and has vigilance. She says pay 1 in a green, tap it, or look at the top 6 cards of your library and reveal a legendary creature card from among them, put it on the hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. And then her other side says as the ring heart crest enters the battlefield, choose a creature type, tap, add green, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type or a legendary creature spell. Mono green legends is not good. She only works in the 99, so C tier. This is Rayna or Rydane, God of the Worthy. Flying, vigilant, snowlands your opponent's control into battlefield tapped. Non-creature spells your opponent's cast with mana value 4 or greater cost 2 more to cast. If a source an opponent controls would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, this is the other side, by the way. Prevent 1 of that damage. I'm not even gonna finish reading this. I'm gonna put her in like high C tier, maybe actually mid C tier. As a commander, she just wouldn't work. I don't like mono white as commander unless it's a very specific commander and it's built in a very specific way. She also is just straight up a pillow fort card, or no, the other thing. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Mid C tier. Alrund. Alrund is pretty fun. Alrund. Where is he? Alrund, God of Cosmos. He says gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand and each foretold card you own in exile. At the beginning of your end step, choose a card type, then reveal the top 2 cards of your library. Put all cards of the chosen type revealed this way into your hand, and the rest of the bottom library in a random order or in any order. And his other side is also a creature. He's a flying 2/3 that says when Haka, Whispering Raven, it deals combat damage to a player, return it to its owner's hand, and then scry 2. Honestly, he's just a solid card. I put him in high B. This is who is this? This is where are you? Kazuma, God of the Voyage. She says at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile her. If you do, it gains whenever a land is battlefield under your control. If she is exiled, you may put a voyage counter on it. If you don't, return it to the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. And draw X cards where X is the number of voyage counters on it. And then her other side is the Omen Keel. It says whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles that many cards from the top of their library. You may play lands from among those cards as long as they remain exiled. I'd give her low B tier. No, I'd say mid B tier because she's pretty. Her god side, her creature side is pretty fun, but really only in the 99. I think this is Egon, God of Death. God of Death. Death Touch at the beginning. Okay, at the beginning of your upkeep, exile 2 cards from your graveyard. If you can't, sacrifice Egon and draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card, exile a creature card from your graveyard, draw a card. D tier. Immediate D tier. I don't care what I get for it. I hate exiling my cards, knowing I won't be able to get rid of them. Or no, I won't be able to get them back. Next up is Svelin of Sea and Sky. She has indestructible as long as you control at least 2 other merfolk, which is pretty interesting. She says whenever she attacks, draw a card. Other merfolk you control have ward 1. Personally, I'm not a big fan of merfolk, not anymore. So I'd give her about high C tier, but she's pretty cool as a merfolk commander. The Locust God is high A tier. My favorite of the three Messed Up Gods from Amaket says whenever you draw a card, make a 2/2, where a 1/1 with flying or a 2/1 with flying. I think it's a 2/1, and then it's like pay some mana, draw a card. Let's find out. Come on, where you at? There you are. Yeah, it's pay 2, a blue and a red, draw a card, and discard a card. Just solid, especially in is it Ethrios God. Wait, no, this is the second one. So this is the coin dude. Ethrios Shroud Veiled. As long as your devotion and oh wait, I don't care about that. At the beginning of your instep, put a coin counter on another target creature. Whenever a creature with a coin counter on it dies or is put in exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. We are putting that straight into the mid A tier. Uh, I like him. I love him as a commander, just because whenever someone tries to exile a card on my field or board wipe, I have coin counters everywhere and I can just bring them back, and I love that. All right, next up is this is the third and final of the new gods. This is Mycool or Mercool, Lord of Bones. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's an enchantment and loses all of the card types. Oh, that that's like high A tier for me. That's honestly pretty cool. I have nothing more to say about that. I honestly might build that. Or no, actually, I'm gonna put that in high B tier, behind Alrund, because I don't like the fact that I have to exile the original card. Perforos, God of. Do I have both Perforos? I do. Perforos, Bronze Blooded, D tier. Low C tier. Gives my creatures haste. That's the only thing I like about it. He's really boring otherwise. He says pay 2 and a red. Wait, pay 2 and a red. You may put a red creature or an artifact creature. No, never mind. He just like dashes things out, and I don't really like that. I thought he gave him haste. Oh, he does. I misread. I didn't see that. Heliod, God of, or Heliod the Sun Crowned, S tier. It's one of the best gods out of Theros Beyond Death. Just because, so he says, whenever a creature or whenever you gain life, put a plus and counter on target creature, and then says pay 1 and a white, give target creature lifelink. Play that mono white as him as the commander. Play Walking Ballista. You play Walking Ballista for 2, and then you play Walking Ballista with 2 counters on it, so you pay 4 mana for 2, and then you pay 1 and a white, and then you give it lifelink, remove a counter, add a counter, remove a counter, add a counter, and just go infinite and win immediately. I love that combo. I have it in my mono white deck. My mono white life gain deck. Nailia the Keen-Eyed. Um, yeah, I'm a bit torn on this one. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and you can pay 2 and a green, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. Um, Mono green, it really doesn't work. So I'd say low B tier, because mono green, like, you're going to be playing a lot of creatures in mono green, most likely. But other than that, I don't know. I'd rather just play Goreclaw as my commander with something like that. Klothys, God of Destiny. Um, since we're ranking commander, I'm gonna put her in low B, because she's a lot better in modern. At the beginning of your pre-combat May phase, exile target creature card from a graveyard. If it's a land card, add red or one green. Otherwise, you gain 2 life, and Klothys deals 2 damage to each opponent. Kind of boring. Other than that, modern is its home. Thassa, Deep Dwelling. S tier, high A tier, high A tier. She says at the beginning of your end step, flicker, blink a creature. You may blink a creature. And she says she has like pay X amount of mana, whatever, tap target creature. She's pretty good. I like using her. Actually, I am gonna put her in high B tier. She's good, but she's not that good. Let's see. Arabos, the new Arabos. I'm not familiar with the new Arabos. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I like the old one better. Blackhearted. Whenever another creature you control dies, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. Pay 1 in a black. Sacrifice another creature. Target creature's low C tier. In Commander, in Mono Black Commander, there's a lot better options than what you got here. Honestly, the other Arabos is a lot better. Perforos God of the Forge is about a mid A tier. He says, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Perforos deals 2 damage at least to each opponent. Then you can pay 2 in a red. Creatures you control get +1/+1 to the end of turn. Solid God. Actually, let's move into low A tier because he's not that great as a commander. He's much better in the 99 in my opinion. He's what was that? Oh, my wallet. He was one of the bigger reasons that my Goblin tribal deck was as OP as it was, because he's got that Impact Trimmers trigger, and goblins are goblins. So, not to mention, I have in my God's deck, and I pull off a God tree, or the tree. I get that off, and then they all enter at once, triggering Perforos for each one of them, dealing 2 damage for each. So it's a lot of damage. This is the old Nylea. I don't know the old Nylea that well. Other creatures you control have trample. Pay 3 and a green. Target creature gets +2/+2 to the end of turn. I mean, it's a solid green card, but I don't really see myself playing it as a commander. Old Heliod, God of the Sun. What do you even do? Other creatures you control have vigilance. Pay 2 and 2 white. Create a 2/1 white cleric enchantment creature token. Low C tier. That's boring. Old Thassa. She is low A tier. Thassa God of the Sea. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. Pay 1 in a blue. Target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Scrying is what I love about this Thassa. Arabos, God of the Dead. Where are you? Your opponents can't gain life. Pay 1 in a black. Pay 2 life, draw a card. I'm gonna give him mid B tier. I like he's a lot better than the newer Arabos. He's actually in my God tribal deck. I don't see myself playing him as the commander of a mono black deck though. Ilharg, we're going into low C tier. Ilharg says when it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield tapped and attacking. Return that creature to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. And then when it dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it into its owner's library, third from the top. Oh, wow. The last 4 are the God Eternals. Interesting. Ilharg is interesting because I don't ever want to play him as a commander, but in my God tribal deck, he throws down my gods most of the time, which are enchantment creatures, so they enter and I get whatever effect I can get off of them by that, and then whatever effect they have might trigger and they don't have to attack. I mean, most of them have indestructible anyways, so it really doesn't matter. I'm just saying Ilharg is fun to play with. Okay, now we're moving on to the God Eternals. God Eternal Oketra, which is like my least favorite, I think. Whenever you cast a creature spell, it has double strike. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 4/4 black zombie warrior creature token with vigilance. And that's about it. And then it's got its death trigger, which is death trigger doesn't matter. We're gonna go D tier. I am not a big fan of creature generation in that specific way. Where did I put regular Oketra? Where did I put regular Oketra? Oh, there it is. So I put regular Oketra in about mid C tier. Um, God Eternal Ronis, low C tier. He says when it enters the battlefield, double the power toughness of each creature you control, and has Death Touch. I think it gives him trample as well, but let me make sure. Um, oh, they gain vigilance, not trample. Okay. Let's go mid C tier. I would never see myself putting him as a commander, but I definitely loved him in my Goreclaw deck. When these guys came out, oh my god, that was fun. God Eternal Kefnet, in my opinion, is the best of the three God Eternals, and God Eternal Kefnet honestly earns its spot in low A tier for me. Because God Eternal Kefnet is just really fun. You may reveal the first card you draw on each turn as you draw it. Whenever you reveal an insert sorcery card this way, copy that card, and you may cast the copy. The copy costs 2 less to cast, and then it has its death trigger, which is the same as the rest of the God Eternals. And I love that. I love that, and I love God Eternal Gift. I think I played him as a commander. Finally, we're on to the last god. Ah man, that took a while. God Eternal Bantu. When she enters the battlefield, uh, when God Eternal Bantu enters the battlefield, sacrifice any number of other permanents, then draw that many cards, and then it's got its death trigger. Um, High C tier. I I don't see him. I don't see her as a commander, in my opinion. That's about it I got on that. See if I can let me see if I have anything I gotta rework here. I think I like Perforos more than all of these guys. God Eternal Kefnet more than these. And then I think I'm gonna go like that. Who are you? Oh yeah, you're that one god. And then other than that, I think that's enough. Yeah, no. Yeah, this is in the right order. I'd say my A tiers in the right order, and then B, C, and D don't really matter that much to me. But yeah, that is honestly about it. Uh, if you like this video and you want to see more like this, let me know down in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, ring that bell to let yourself know whenever I upload another video. Other than that, share it with friends, get my channel some more subscribers so we can do some more stuff with more confidence. And yeah, no, that's about it. I'm gonna ring it off there. See you guys.